Hello everybody, this is Steve Seifried from Seifried Cymbals. I want to do this little video as the Chicago Drum Show nears. In fact, it's just a few days away and I've been working like crazy to get ready for it, and I'm pretty excited about it. I went 2 years ago with some friends of mine just as part of their booth, and then last year I had my own booth and it was a lot of fun. It was great. Obviously I sold some cymbals, but I also just got to meet a ton of great drummers and you get their feedback and what they're looking for, and it's just a cool hang. If you haven't been to the Chicago Drum Show, I wouldn't say it's not about the big companies, but there's a lot more that isn't just the big companies that you're familiar with. There's just a lot of drum nerds with booths and their vintage things that they've been collecting and that random part, or it's whatever. So it's just a really fun hang, and they say on the website, and the slogan's kind of like the drummer's family reunion, and it has that feel. It's very cool. So I'm excited to go there again this year. I'm going to have a booth, and I have the booth laid out behind me. I'm kind of a nerd about preparation for events and stuff, so I actually even borrowed some pipe and drape from a friend of mine so that I could simulate and make sure that my sign, which is not yet made, will hang correctly on the pole, and then just trying to act everything else out. And luckily this room where I have my cymbals is almost identical to the size of the booth, so I've been able to act it out behind me. So I'm going to have a bunch of cymbals with me, probably between 50 and 70 cymbals of different types. I'm going to have my originals here, made from blanks, which are in a number of different price ranges, as well as modifications that I've done of more entry-level cymbals, trying to make them into something more musical. And as well as I'm even going to have a bargain bin where, things that maybe just didn't turn out the way I wanted, but who knows, that might be the sound you're looking for. If nothing else, they're guaranteed to be unique. So the Chicago Drum Show is May 16th, 17th, and 18th. And actually the 16th is a new thing. That's Friday night. That is the Indie Cymbal Summit, which is going to feature the independent cymbal makers who are going to be at the show, which includes me, and then there's going to be a number of other guys that make great cymbals, my friends and people that I respect. So that's going to be an event with some of the best sounding cymbals in one place, more of the best sounding cymbals in one place you've ever heard. And then there's the full normal drum show, which is Saturday and Sunday, the 17th and 18th of May, which is a great time. And then there's a thing Monday morning the following day on the 19th at Drugan's music store in Chicago. If you want any details on any of that, you can go to chicagodrumshow2025.com. All right, without further ado, how about a demo and a tour of the booth? Here's a tour of the booth. I've got basically two main sections here. This side, which will be your left as you walk in, is all originals. These are made from blanks, B20, B8, maybe a couple B10 in there. Generally rides, crashes, hi-hats, jazz cymbals, and hopefully some interesting sounds that you find interesting. Then on this side, I've got modifications, where these are typically more entry-level cymbals that I have reworked into more musical cymbals, more appropriate for jazz or for whatever you're looking for. We have in the middle here, we have a kit for trying things out. Got some shelves here for trial sticks. I've got 100 sticks, so hopefully you can find something you like. Shirts, there's going to be mugs too. The mugs just aren't in yet. So let me show you some of the cymbals, and some of them are still needing a little bit of work, some cleaning and stuff, but I've got a few days, so hopefully I'll get that all done. So we've got a lot of 22-inch rides, like a 22 here, 22, 22, 22, 22, so 21s and 20s, and some crashes. I can hit a couple of these for you. We've got a mini bell ride, 22-inch ride. I've got a couple of these. I know people seem to like these pretty well. So. How that translates on the camera here. Also some flat rides, which you'll be able to hear better here than probably at the drum show with all of that noise going on. Some unlathed guys, which for me, I like the unlathed to be still kind of open sounding, responsive, not just kind of a clunky unlathed. So I've got this one, which has all kinds of stuff going on and a lot of pretty look to it. This one's a little bit thicker. Some crashes. I'll hit some of them. This one's pretty fun. Gets attention. So I'd say check those out more. Hi-hats go from kind of a very standard clean sound. It says clean because I still have to get a little fingerprint smudge off. To more of a funky, chunky sort of sound, like these 16-inch B8 cymbals that I made, or even these 12s. Those are kind of fun. I also have, and I've hit a couple of them already, but I have, like I said, cymbals made from B20 blanks, but also cymbals made from B8 blanks, which gives you a different sound. So it's a 20-inch ride, it's a 20-inch flat ride. And another 20-inch flat ride you've already heard. 16-inch crash. These last two hi-hats that I played, these are B8s as well. Then, as we get over here to the modifications, by the way, this is not going. This is just too heavy to move. I've got a number of modifications here. So things like this one used to be a B8 Pro. This used to be a Sapien B8 Pro. This was a Zildjian ZBT. And now very different sounds. And so on. I've got this was a B8 Pro 20-inch ride, and now it is a China. And then a couple, I did a video recently about some, like I modified 3 ride cymbals, and I will have 2 of those with me, and then a third one that's very similar, but just wasn't in the video. So I'll clean it, don't worry. So if you saw that video and you thought it was cool, check out, I've got some of those with me. And I feel like the hi-hats work out really well from the modifications as well. Let's see, the drum kit is not for sale, but the cymbals on it will be. We've got mugs, if you're interested in some swag. I've got mugs, shirts, and check out, I know I've kind of left this area open. This is my friend Bobby and Alan's booth over here, so make sure to check them out as you get here. They've got kits and hardware and stuff like that. So I hope to see you at the show.